know what an imposter is? Can you think of any stories where an imposter creates a lot of trouble? Hello everyone, I'm Kathleen Pelly. Welcome to Journey with Story. In case any of you are not sure what an imposter is, an imposter is a person who pretends to be someone else, like pretending to be a doctor when they're not, or saying they're a famous singer when they're not. They are trying to trick you into believing they are someone they are not. Of course, there are many stories about such tricksters, like the big bad wolf in Little Red Riding Hood, and I'm sure you can think of some others. Today's story is a folk tale from Korea about a very nasty tiger who pretends to 3 little girls that he is their mother. Let's hear how he managed to do that. But before we begin, I want to give another thank you to one of our listeners, Finn from New Zealand, who wrote to me for a second time recently and sent me some lovely drawings inspired by the story The Wise Little Girl. Poor Finn, his mum told me, also has a broken arm. Thank you, Finn, for sending me your lovely drawings again, and here's hoping your arm heals very quickly. Now, let's take a journey with the 3 little girls. Deep in the mountains there stood a lonely hut. In this hut lived a mother and her 3 small daughters. The eldest girl was named Haisuni, the second Talsuni, and the youngest Pulsuni. One day the mother had to leave home to take some firewood to the market to sell. Before she left, she called her 3 daughters and said, "Listen, Haisuni, Talsuni, and Pulsuni. Do be careful while I'm gone, for there is a very bad tiger roaming the woods nearby. Don't ever open the door to anybody until I get back. Otherwise you might get eaten up by the bad tiger." So saying, the mother stepped out the door and went on her way. Just as she was leaving, the bad tiger happened to pass the house. He was very hungry and was in search of food. He saw the mother leave the house and thought, "Ha ha, now's my chance. Now that the mother's gone, I'll be able to eat those 3 young girls of hers. They should make a tasty dinner for me. How nice that would be." The tiger waited a while to make sure that the mother would not return. Then, when he thought the time was ripe, he crept up to the house and called out in his sweetest voice, "Haisuni, Talsuni, Pulsuni, mother has just come back. Please open the door." Of course, no matter how sweetly the tiger spoke, his voice was not the voice of their mother. So the eldest girl, Haisuni, asked, "Is that really you, Mother? It doesn't sound a bit like you." "Why, of course I'm your mother," the tiger answered. "I was invited to a feast, and there I sang so many songs that my voice has become hoarse." The second daughter, Talsuni, then asked, "If you are really our mother, then show us your eyes. We would be able to tell for sure." Hearing this, the tiger put his bloodshot eyes to the knobbed hole in the front door and peered into the house. Talsuni saw the red eyes and drew back in surprise. "Ah, my, why are your eyes so red?" The tiger, a bit confused, hurriedly explained, "I dropped in at grandfather's house and helped grind some red pepper pots. Some of the pepper got into my eyes, and that's why they are so red." The third daughter, Pulsuni, next asked, "If that's true, then let's see your hands. We could really tell then whether you are our mother or not." The tiger put his hairy yellow paws through a crack in the door. Pulsuni peeked at the paw and cried, "Why, your hands are all yellow!"
"Yes, my child," the tiger said. "I was helping our relatives in the next village plaster their house with yellow mud. That's why my hands are so yellow." In this way, the very clever tiger fooled all the girls completely. Sure that it was their mother, they unlocked the front door. And who should come in but a huge yellow tiger? "My, you children looked after the house well, didn't you?" the tiger said. "As a reward, Mother will cook a nice dinner for you." The tiger went into the kitchen, his eyes shining with greed. The 3 girls stood huddled in a corner, quivering with fear. "What shall we do? What shall we do? We shall soon be eaten up by the tiger." The 3 girls quickly ran out of the house. Then, tiptoeing softly away, they quickly climbed up a pine tree growing near the well. There they hid quietly in the branches. The tiger soon noticed that the girls were no longer in the house. "Hi, Sunny, Tal Sunny, Pull Sunny," he called. "Where are you?" And the bad tiger looked here and there, inside and outside the house, everywhere. But nowhere were the girls to be seen. The tiger passed the well and happened to glance in. There he saw in the water the reflection of the 3 girls hiding in the branches of the pine tree. "My children," the tiger said, "what are you doing up there? I want to come up too, but it looks difficult. Tell Mother how to climb the tree." At this, Hi Sunny called down, "There's some sesame oil in the kitchen cupboard. Rub some of the oil on the trunk of the tree, then you can easily climb up." Quickly the tiger went into the house, got the oil, and rubbed it on the trunk of the tree. Then he tried to climb, but the oil made him slip all the more, and try as he might, he could not reach the girls. Once again the tiger looked up into the tree and said, "Be good children, dears, and tell me truly how to climb the tree." Talsuni, the second daughter, unthinkingly let her tongue slip and said, "There's an axe in the shed. If you cut some notches in the tree trunk, then you can climb up." Quickly the tiger went for the axe and began cutting footholds with it. One step at a time, he climbed up and up toward the girls. The 3 sisters were desperate. They were sure they would be eaten up. They raised their eyes toward the sky and prayed to the God of heaven. "Please help us, God. Please send down your golden well bucket," they prayed. Their prayers were answered. And from the top of a cloud, down came a golden well bucket. The 3 sisters climbed into the bucket and were snatched up out of the teeth of danger into the clouds. When the tiger saw this, he too prayed to the God of heaven, "Please send down a well bucket for me also." Once again, a well bucket came down from the clouds. But this time, the rope of the bucket was old and rotten. The tiger nevertheless climbed trustingly into the bucket, and it started rising.
But when he was halfway up to the clouds, the rope suddenly broke. And the tiger came crashing to earth, right in the middle of a millet field. That is why the root tops of millet are mottled to this day. The reddish spots are from the blood of the tiger, which splattered all over the millet field. On the other hand, the three sisters who climbed to heaven were each given a special task. Osuni was made to shine in the sky during the day. Talsuni was made to shine at night. And Pulsuni was to twinkle on nights when Talsuni slept or was on her way from the sky to rest. That is why the sun is called Haisuni, the moon Talsuni, and the stars Pulsuni. To this very day, the three sisters keep at their tasks, taking their turns at brightening the whole world with their light. Don't forget, if this story painted any pictures in your mind, do get busy drawing and send us your masterpieces at www.journeywithstory.com. Click on the contact form and download them there. Cheerio, then join me next time for Journey with Story. Music and post-production was by Colette Jonas.